Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, into MMJHL game day here on gshow.ca, your home for hockey here in the province. Manitoba Major Junior Hockey League, that is. This matchup tonight, the St. Vital Junior Victoria is going up against the Raiders Junior Hockey Club. Tonight's game brought to you by Terrico and Goaltenders, as well as Terrico and Make Canada Fasteners and Tools, Can Central Sports Cards and Memorabilia. We'll get into a quick preview of the teams tonight. St. Vital coming off of last Thursday, heading into this home matchup with a 5-1 win in their season opener against the Fort Garry Twins. They lost 5-3 to the Royal Knights River East on Sunday, but special teams have been booming for St. Vital. 25% on the power play and 100% on the penalty kill through the first few games. As for the Raiders Junior Hockey Club, lost two close games to start things off here. Home opener against the Jets last Friday, which we covered here on the network. Lost 3-2 to the Twisters in OT on Sunday. Struggles on special teams has been evident for this team early on. 0% on the power play and 57.1% on the penalty kill. Not going to be good enough tonight against the St. Vital Junior Victoria's team has been very good on special teams. We have anthems coming up next, along with the start of our game, everybody. Enjoy the national anthem. Sorry about getting going late here, folks. We're going to have highlights for you during the pregame show. We're going to save that for the upcoming intermissions in this one. But it's the first period just about to get underway here as both teams slowly making their way to center ice. The starting lineups out there will be Riley Netchwaduke, Aiden Anderson, and Tyler Rubini starting for the St. Vital Junior Victorias up front. And it'll be line featuring Devin Whiteside starting things off for the Raiders as we're underway here in this MMJHL game day brought to you by Make Canada Fasteners and Tools, Can Central Sports Cards and Memorabilia, Terrico, and Goaltenders. The Raiders start off with possession in the Vic zone, working it up to the point. That shot through, but couldn't get on net. Found some traffic in front of the St. Vital end. And as for this Victoria's team, going up against a Raiders Junior Hockey Club here tonight, a chance there early on as we see in the Raiders end for the Vics as this puck gets rimmed around to the half wall. Raiders unable to clear it. Vics get possession of it down low, up top to Rubini. Now to the point, Keesman, his shot, just wide of the net, ends up hitting a part of the boards that hits it well enough to bounce out of play. But yeah, this forecheck from the Raiders Junior Hockey Club, it was a handful for the Vics to deal with last season when these teams would play here on the network. A team that seemingly had the Victoria's number. They had a good counterattack had players who could score in a flash, and a team that, brings the physicality. Tough team to play against as the Vics force a turnover, trying to get that to the net, but hits a skate. So that was off the stick of Blake Lee. This goes all the way down, giving chase on it to Senchuk. As Keesman gets there first, sends it to an outlet man as he goes across onto the stick of Connor Mitchell. Mitchell chips this one past a Raider down that left side and on the forecheck. A little bump taken there by a Raider, but they move up and off they go on transition. Nate Goodbranson passes short to Senchuk. Drives it wide, down low. Off of the boards and on the stick now of number 12 and Luke Elliott, who continues up with it into the neutral zone. Pinned up along the wall. Henry along with Senchuk trying to get this puck out for the Raiders. Speaking of, turned over onto the stick of number 4 and Braden Smith. Smith still down low. Halati at the point. Batted away in front there by number 20 Carter Lee into the crease where Evan Benera, the starter tonight for this Raiders club, makes the save. Stoppage and play with 18:04 remaining in this first. 0-0 still scoreless between these two squads. As won by the Victorias. That shot just wide of the net. Benera stuck out his glove. That shot coming off of the stick of Carter Lee. Sent deep into the Victoria zone. First back to get is Chiquette as he shields the puck before reversing this other side to Luke Elliott, who is breakout attempt, just getting out. Found a weird spot along the glass. Victoria is back with it in their own end. Keesman sends a pass up to number 2 and Evan Philippe, who Philippe has some trouble with it, getting forechecked by Lucas D'Souza, who scored his first career MMJHL goal last Friday. First goal of the season for the Raiders. He's still out there. Raiders unable to keep this in. Send across ice. Onto the stick of number 22 and Eric Krekowitz, acquired from St. James Junior Canucks. Sends it out in front. Net was off of its bearings. Ref didn't catch it as Penner adjusted fast enough. All the way down, no icing on the play in the Raiders' end. As puck into the Raiders' zone in the corner closest to our broadcast vantage point. Victoria's trying to shovel this out, and they do, onto the stick of Alessandro Ambrogno. Gets it up top to Keesman. His shot deflects off of a stick on the way through and up and over top of the net. Melstead tried getting a short pass, located to a teammate, but could not. The Raiders able to finally break out now off the boards. They play it to the middle. Lucas D'Souza. Oh, his move at the blue line causes a delayed offside, but Raiders able to survive it. Quick stretch pass up to Netrudu. Tries cutting to the middle, but loses possession of the puck. A crisp breakout pass there. As just out, the Victoria send it into the opposite corner off of the stick of Hayden Willis. As Halati out there at the point. He got it down to Rubini, but he lost his balance. It'll be all the way down for an icing. We'll get a stop and play. 15:30 remaining here in the first. Still scoreless between these two squads. Apologies about our camera angle, folks. Just realizing it's a bit crooked, so we're going to try to get that fixed during the next intermission. As Rubini steals the puck, pickpockets a man. His shot can't get through as Jared blocks it. Down low to Anderson now. The puck is on his stick as Anderson wheels outside protecting. Played up top to Halati. Quickly sends this down low to Netwaduk, who's being Rasped there a bit by Jared. Netchwood gets it back. His shot glove down by Banera. So we'll get a stoppage in play again with another face-off inside of the Raiders zone. You can just see from these players like Rubini, like Netchwaduk, even Aiden Anderson, another year in the league under their belts from last year, and just more confident and more confidence in their play. You can see it seeping from their game. Just every time Netchwaduk or Rubini have the puck, they look very confident with it and look like they're going to do some dangerous things with it. Speaking of a dangerous player, good Branson spins around and rims it into the corner, where it'll be turned over. The Victorias. Mitchell drops it. Almost gets it back there from number 10 in Nolan Anderson. Of course, switching his number. Can't forget which one he wore last year. I believe it was 23. Aiden wore 13. He keeps that. This puck in the corner being battled along with the Victorias. Imbrogno, I believe, gives a bump. Sorry, that's Carter Lee. Pass over to Goodbranson. Quick shot. Venner handles that right in his chest. As afterwards, Nolan Anderson ends up taking out number 7 of the Raiders Junior Hockey Club into the boards. I don't think the Victorias like their goalie being touched either. As this face-off will be to the glove hand side of Penner. Draw will be won by the Victorias. Played back by Kiesman to his teammate in number 3, Blake Goretzky, as he plays this up. Now to Elliott. Elliott has his pocket picked. Big hit laid on there by number 20 in Carter Lee. As Elliott back on it. Tries gloving the puck down. He does. Backhand pass short to number 4 and Braden Smith, who sends a pass to Goretzky. Sending one across to Kiesman, flips it into the middle and into the Raiders zone. The stick of Luke Elliott as he just decides to backhand this into the far corner and go off for a change. Both teams playing chippy along the boards here as this period rolls on. Held in, that shot from the point, low. Oh, comes across, scores! Celebrating in front. Sandro Imbrogno finds that puck that bounces from behind the net over the top of Banera. Unlucky bounce for the Raiders on that one, and the Vics, they take advantage of that puck luck. Imbrogno in the right place at the right time. As he gets fist bumps all around from his teammates. 1-0 the Vics lead here. As they strike first. Some good puck luck from them. Tough break for Evan Banera. So that goal brought to you by our sponsors in Terrico, Make Canada Fasteners and Tools, Terrico, Goaltenders, and Can Central Sports Cards and Memorabilia. A huge hit laid along the boards. Number 23, Brandon Patterson, in on the action for the Victorias. As it's down low, Alessandro Imbrogno gets that to the point again where Hayden Willis is. Created that scoring chance for the Vics off of that shot from the point, which Alessandro Imbrogno capitalized on. Sent to the net, that turned aside by Banera. As Philippe sent a pass to Rubini, and Rubini snake bitten that time by Banera. That one all the way down for an icing here. 12:04 left in this opening frame. As the house a bit more packed here tonight at the Centennial. You love to see all the Victorias and Raiders faithful out, and whoever else may be wanting to come out and enjoy some Manitoba Major Junior Hockey League hockey on this Thursday night. By the way, every Thursday from St. Vital, we'll be broadcasting a game here. buckle in. Should be a fun season. Losing an edge and getting a shot afterwards. Laid on him was number 17 and Owen Larenko. Larenko picks it up again, tries chipping this puck past. That shot low, hits the side of the net, glove down, up high by Penner. Victoria's work the other way now. Cross ice feed long to Ruben. He cuts in the middle, he unloads. That shot might have hit a Raider on the way through. The Victoria's short pass out in front to Netrud, trying to find it within some feet. Within some skates, that is, but sent down low again. Saucer pass. Backhanded. That to Kiesman now. His shot gets deflected. Rebound. Wide of the net. That off of the stick of Netchwaduk. That top line still working down low, though, for the Victorias. As Rubini gets it back. Rubini cuts in the middle now. Coming through everybody. Tries going backdoor, but could not connect the pass there. Covered well by the Raiders. Getting past the man now is Owen Larenko. Has a boy with him. That shot. Or has a man with him, sorry. His teammate. I don't know where that came from me, but as Rubini sends one into the skates of Netraduk. That chance going out the window for the Raiders just moments ago. I believe Larenko had Senchuk with him. Benera paddles this into the mesh. As for Alessandro Imbrogno, I believe his first of the season, coming recently, picking up the trash in front. A lucky bounce for him off of the backboards that he makes no mistake on. Benera covers it up again. That draw won this time by the Raiders. They go D-to-D off of the backboards. So they work it to the middle now. Sent in by Henry. C gives chase. It gets behind Willis. As the Vicks break up the other way now is Blake Lee. Has Nolan Anderson with him. Lee gets by, making his way towards the net. Backhanded in front. Loose puck there, but the Vicks couldn't capitalize on the opportunity. Going the other way now, here come the Raiders. This counterattack we've been talking about. Getting a look at it now. Oh, from in tight. Henry almost capitalizes, but sends one wide. And any time this Raiders team is able to get going through transition or they pickpocket a player, it remains the same as last year into this year. They are dangerous. They're able to find ways to break through and slither through the opposition's defensive zone. And for a team so far that 26 shots for, 28 against, be interested to see what the shots are at the end of this period, but they've kept it close in that regard. We've seen them play structurally well defensively in the early parts of that win against the Jets last Friday. Can they put it together for a full 60 minutes or as much of that as possible? And I had a chance to talk to assistant coach of the Victorias and Mark Taraschuk on episode 4, season 2, in our pregame podcast tonight for this game. And yeah, he said it's about finding consistency early on from this group as well. In his second year, of course, on this coaching staff with Tyler Anderson. Both played together in college hockey, billeted with each other. Yes, both teams finding all-around consistency in their game, trying to early on in this season. So the Vicks come in with a 1-1 record. Raiders 0-1-1 as they keep this in. Danoon plays it to Melstead, but pass too hard for him. And off the mark. As the Victoria's D-to-D, Jaquette gives it right back to number 21, and Jorgen Nell. But turned over. And nutmeg now is a Victorian Jaquette, number 16, and D'Souza. Jorgen Nell and him both getting a word from the ref, some explicit language. Not holding back here in 2020 for these referees. Not sure if it picked up on our broadcast mic or not. But Kiesman goes D-to-D again to Jaquette, whose stretch pass attempt gets blown up. He almost blows up Melstead at the line as Rubini wheeling around, winding up in his own end, tries to cut to that backhand side, but has it stripped away. The Raiders now breaking in with speed, generating it, cut into the middle, trying to drop now, losing his balance is number 15 and Devin Whiteside. See one into the boards. Whiteside still on the puck, but has it taken away by Kiesman. So the defenseman carries the puck up now. Tries kicking this to the right to Rubini, but cannot. Saucer pass across will be picked off now by Kiesman as he skates it in. That shot glove down from a bit of distance from Benera. The score still remains 1-0. 7:52 remaining in this opening period of action. Of course, the Vics working some players through their lineup. We don't see Dylan Jaquette tonight. Well, let me tell you, it's crazy how much he looks like his brother Brady. Had a chance to play some hockey with Brady Jaquette, and a funny story, we were in a fantasy hockey draft last night. Well, we were actually broadcasting the game, and can't stand ESPN fantasy hockey at this point. The rankings are terrible anyways, but it would not even let me enter into draft a team, so yeah, Brady Jaquette drafted a team in that league. Wishing him the best this fantasy season, of course, to him and his Victorias in this early 2024-2025 season. Speaking of, they win the draw. Philippe, his shot just wide of the net. That Imbrogno line out there for the Victorias as well. Him along with number 23 and Brandon Patterson. Speaking of, Evan Philippe stepping up into the play. So he gets that back to the point now, turned aside by Benera. This goes down low. Behind the goal line. Halati steps up into the play. Almost gets blown up down low. Hit as the Raiders work it up. Senchuk drops it. Goodbranson works it back to Senchuk. Bouncing puck. Senchuk can cradle it. What a terrible hit. A really bad one there from Imbrogno on Senchuk. Oh my, a hit from behind. As rightfully so, the Raiders with a furious response. As I think, is there a trainer coming onto the ice? Imbrogno, I believe, is getting kicked out of this game. He wants to make sure Senchuk is okay, though, as he goes away. And we are going to await patiently here as the Raiders training staff, Goodbranson and another teammate, stand around Senchuk. Well, thank goodness, no stretcher needed. I swear the ref said that on the ice. But a trainer made her way down there immediately. And thank goodness, number 12 in Samuel Senchuk is okay. Imbrogno, physical player, but too far on that one, and he pays the price. Just not a hit you like to see or want to see at all in hockey. Whether you're a spectator on the team on the receiving end of it. I mean, Imbrogno goes to, see if he's okay as he's leaving the ice, which is the noble thing to do. But of course, he pays the price and is out of this game. 5-minute power play coming up for this Raiders Junior Hockey Club. They're 30 seconds into it. Looking to break that goose egg of not scoring any goals on the man advantage so far. 0% so far in this early season. They'll have 5 minutes to potentially work something against a victorious power penalty kill that's been very good through 2 games. 100% so far. Quick puck movement up top. That shot through. Rebound, scores! For the first time this season, the Raiders, they strike on the power play. Krakowitz with a shot from the point. Tough to handle for Penner. Could not glove it down. As Henry right in the blue paint, puts it home. Backhand up high as Penner was down. He could not reach it. Have to make a insane save to stop that one. But still over 4 minutes to go on this Raiders power play, as they won the draw, possess it in their own end, and start to move this puck up now. Sent in deep by number 7 and Ryan Cromie. That pressure perhaps forcing a turnover as Whiteside picks up loose puck into the slot. Low save made by Penner. Another one. Can't find the puck. Oh, bad bounce. It's in the net. As the Raiders strike twice in less than a minute 30. 3:39 remaining on this power play. I believe that went off of a body in front as Penner made the first 2 saves. This puck has been bouncing around quite a bit so far, and maybe a bit of karma here for this victorious squad as, you know, an ugly hit laid on by Senchuk by Imbrogno. Of course, not sure who's serving his 5-minute major. I believe that's Brandon Patterson, but Imbrogno, of course, if you missed it, out of this game, and since then, not even a minute 30 seconds into the power play. The Raiders went from 0% to 2 for 2, 100% so far on the man advantage tonight. This Vic's penalty kill at 100% coming into this game, surely going to take a hit. But 2-1 score. So the Raiders still with over 2 minutes and a half of power play time to work with. This good Branson banks it to himself off the boards. Bit too far though. Catches up with it and rims it all the way to the opposite point. As it's on repeat, rimmed around again to Melstead. His pass across hits a stick and goes to the roofing. With 4:49 remaining in this opening frame, 2:41 remaining on the Imbrogno major. A board and hitting from behind penalty is served by Brandon Patterson. Raiders looking for yet another power play goal here as they control. Shot, oh, that one hitting the body in front, changing directions but wide of the net. Up top to Krekowitz, or to number 23 that is, and Matthew Wilson. Shot turned aside into the boards and out of the Vic zone. As it's possessed by the Raiders behind their own net now. Skated up by number 23 in Wilson, who leaves a draw pass to number 10 in Danoon. Splits through a bunch of Victoria's defenders. Short pass over back to Wilson, but a bit too much into the skates of Wilson for him to handle it. Netchwaduk almost breaking through the other way, but Danoon will pick up the loose puck again. Danoon skating in this time, tries cutting through Netchwaduk. Nice stick. Loose puck picked up. Cromie, his shot wide of the net. Whiteside now has that puck taken away from him. Sent down by Goretzky, and out to play it is Benera in the corner. Comes out of his crease. As a minute and a half remains on this Raiders power play. Skating up with it again is Wilson. Gets the body laid on him by Mitchell. Cleared out by the Victorias. As we get an offside on the play. One of the head refs making that call. Or it might have been one of the linesmen. through the bad stream connection. The Raiders had some more chances, but could not capitalize. 18 seconds remaining on the man advantage. This gets tipped out of play off of a Raiders stick. Over the glass. As this face-off will be just outside of the Victoria zone, or out of the Raiders zone, that is. It's out to take the draw, number 15 for the junior hockey club and Devin Whiteside, as the Victorias win the draw, but right back into the Raiders' possession right away. Pass snapped up into the middle. Break into the middle was number 15 in Whiteside, but will have it stripped away. And the Victorias going up the other way. We're back to even strength. Aiden Anderson trying to get through. Three guys there. Couldn't quite make it through that third. As this gets sent across onto the stick of Owen Larenko. Larenko drops a pass back to Cromie, goes up to the point. Sent in deep again onto the stick of Larenko. Takes a bump. He'll still be there to help out a man. One of his teammates, as a hit gets laid, trying to force a turnover. That heavy forecheck from the Raiders, but they could not. Benera comes out of his own crease to play it. So the Raiders currently up by 2-1. As a puck along the half wall in the Raiders zone. They're able to get it out. Chipped out by Larenko. This will be scooped up by Netchwaduk. Now we reach for that puck, but his swing unsuccessful. Minute of play left in this period. Play to the middle. Feschuk trying to break through. Almost does, but strong D there by Nell. Turns it over. Loose puck picked up by the Raiders. That shot high and wide of the net. As Dayton Kiesman picks it up now. Sends a pass to Rubini. As Rubini able to break through. Beats the man to the puck. Rubini breaking in. Dangles. Oh, Benera sticks with them. Short pass out in front. Netchwaduk sends it high of the net. Out of play. Might have hit something in front, but the strength from Rubini there on full display. He had that Raider Junior Hockey Club player draped on his back, over his back for a while. Uses that strong frame and those strong legs to break through, break away, and almost puts the puck in the back of the net. It looked like a little backhand, forehand deke. Benera stuck with them, though. Good patience from the goaltender. Extending the pads out. As this in the Raiders Junior Hockey Club, and they chip it out. A foot race to the puck now. As it'll be D'Souza driving to the net. It'll be stopped by Penner. What a chance there for the rookie. Raiders can't quite hold it in. Sent out. Won't be a shot here from the Vics as they drop it. And with that, we send it to the first intermission with, we'll be interested to see what the shots are. I'm not going to comment on the shots, who I think is leading that category, before I get the actual results from the MMJHL's website, as we'll be back during this intermission to take you through all the action happening tonight in the league, as Stonewall is playing host in their home opener to the St. Boniface Riels tonight. That game's starting up in about a minute here, but yeah, for the first time this season, the Raiders strike on the power play, and they strike twice. I love you, Sandy, but that was a terrible hit. Terrible hit laid on by Senchuk from yourself or from Imbrogno. Lucky that Senchuk is okay. Thank goodness he didn't need further medical attention, but also respect him, Imbrogno, for, seeing if he's okay before he skates off. But yeah, the Vics for the first time letting a goal in on the power play. That happened twice. They were at 100% coming into this one. And one thing for the Raiders that remains the same is, are they ever opportunistic in the Victorias and hacking away at loose pucks, finding loose pucks, and creating some good puck luck for themselves. And that bouncing puck, creating some sloppy play from the Victorias in their own end, looking for better clears as this game goes along for sure. them struggling in their defensive zone has been kind of a theme in these matchups, specifically against the Raiders. Do we see better consistency in their own end from the Vics coming up? In the second period, do you see the Raiders continue to get better and better? We'll find out coming up. You're watching MMJHL Game Day, brought to you by McCann Fasteners and Tools, Terrico, Goaltenders, and Can Central Sports Cards and Memorabilia. We'll be back for some intermission analysis in a bit here, folks, as the Zamboni makes its laps around the Centennial. Welcome back into St. Vital Centennial Arena for MMJHL Game Day number 4 here on the season, brought to you by McCann Fasteners and Tools Terrico Goaltenders, along with Terrico Can Central Sports Cards and Memorabilia. As in this game so far tonight between the St. Vital Junior Victorias and the Raiders Junior Hockey Club, it's the Raiders coming into the second period with a 2-1 lead. They struck twice on the power play off of that 5-minute major given to Alessandro Imbrogno. And it was the Victorias who opened up the score, and Imbrogno actually scored the opening goal of this game for the Vics. It was his second of the year, correcting myself from earlier when I said I thought it was his first. That was assisted by Hayden Willis and Evan Philippe to open up the scoring. Ashton Henry scored the opening power play goal for the Raiders. Eric Krekowitz and Naked Branson ended up assisting, and Devin Whiteside ended up scoring a bit of a fluky goal on the second power play goal, finding a loose puck. Or it went off of a few skates and into the net, assisted by Owen Larenko. As for the shots, it was 11-10 in favor of the Raiders Junior Hockey Club in that period, so both teams getting a pretty equal amount of chances. We mentioned that there's another game going on right now tonight in Stonewall. It just started, 18:06 left in the period, or 17:29 left in the opening frame. And it's a tie game. Riel started off up 1-0, as it was Shea Wojtowicz who scored his first in a Riel's jersey. Then it would be that power play for the Stonewall Jets team that continues to roll. Cale Chipman scoring, assisted by Cole Emberley and Carson King not even a minute later. Parker Carroll's had the hooking penalty. Shots so far, well, not updated. We'll have updates on that throughout this game. But yeah, for the Stonewall Jets, so that you know, their power play, 33.3%, second ranked in the league right now. Pretty darn good, and pretty darn good on special teams too to start things off, 93.3%. But we're back to business here at St. Vital here coming up soon, as the Vics are going to be making their way out onto the ice. The referees, the Zebras, have made their way out, as having a conversation with Tyler Anderson, Victoria's head coach. That's Davis Koga behind the bench, by the way, for the Vics. On our right side of our broadcast perspective, to the left of Tyler Anderson's left on the bench. And did confirm that Jack Oleksiak is on the bench for the Raiders Junior Hockey Club as well. Spoke about that last Friday. Had a chance to chat with him a bit today. Was actually hoping to interview him, but he said, let's just hold off because I'm only a part-time coach right now, filling in for the usual head coach of this team. But yeah, it's cool to see, you know, a former player fresh off of his last year behind the bench for both these teams. Noah Gilbert, of course, a notable one in St. James, taking on a co-goalie coaching position. Getting to work with his idol over there, or not his idol, but someone, what's the word I'm looking for? Someone that, you know, had good influence on him and was a good mentor for him throughout his MMJHL career. But as for this period, we're just about set to drop the puck. The refs making sure both goaltenders are ready, both teams are ready. Whiteside out to take it against Aiden Anderson, and the Vics searching for a tying goal in this period. Start off with possession. That pass off of the stick of Anderson. Long shot glove down by Ethan Penner. We came into tonight with a .972 save percentage. 1-0 record, getting the win last Thursday against Fort Garry. Against the Twins, that is. As Rubini received a pass just outside of his blue line. Gets the puck back now and passes it off to Aiden Anderson, but pass misses him. Krekowitz now bringing this puck up, sends this down low into the direction of Ryan Cromie. Tries to go to battle on the forecheck with Goretzky, but Goretzky evades it, plays it up to Neshwaduk. Nice move, cross-ice scores! Oh, what a highlight reel from the dynamic duo of Rubini and Neshwaduk as they tie this one up at 2 apiece. What a response there. Some magic from St. Vital, and it starts with that crisp stretch pass from Goretzky up to Neshwaduk. And what IQ from Neshwaduk to think that fast, to do that one-touch deke at that speed. Puts it under the stick of a Raider to cut to the middle, draws pretty much everyone who was back checking to him, and leaves a wide open Rubini, who touches it into the net past Evan Benera as we're tied at 2 apiece here. How do the Raiders respond now as they have this puck inside of the Victoria zone? As Evan Philippe gets this up to Blake Lee now, as Blake Lee down below the Raider zone takes a bump. Seven Oaks gets it out. And RJHC will be seeing a face-off, drawing their own end after an icing. So it's Connor Mitchell out there with Blake Lee. Evan Philippe playing up at forward right now as well. Of course, taking over for Alessandro Imbrogno, taking this spot for the remainder of this game, or until Coach Anderson decides to maybe change things up. Battling with a man as he tried to get that puck out was Hayden Willis. Had an assist on the first goal of the game. Puck was sent out of play. 18:09 remaining in the second period of action. As the Raiders end up winning this face-off draw. Try to get it back down low, but the Vic's able to get it into the neutral zone. The Raiders send it right back in off of the stick of Melstead and in deep. His first one on it is Willis for this Victoria's team. Played it to Philippe. Philippe back to Willis behind the Victoria's goal line. Willis decides to just bank it out, and it's onto the stick of Blake Lee, who tries dragging, has it stripped away. Mitchell tried receiving a short pass, did put it on net and turned aside by Benera. It's the Raiders mispass out of the zone, sent right back in off of a redirect in deep off of the stick of Mitchell for the Vics. The Raiders looking to break this puck up by Goretzky, stepping up in the neutral zone to eliminate that transition out. Sent in deep as Kiesman, first one on it. Turns this over down low to Danoon. Tries to pin this puck along the boards. Worked further down low now to the opposite side as the Vics able to dump this out near the Raiders' blue line. Hit late along the boards there. Lucas D'Souza taking it. Played onto the stick of Brody Melstead. Tried to cut to the middle, but Goretzky shut him down. And too many men on the ice. Call coming to the Raiders. With not even 5 minutes gone in this period, it'll be D'Souza to serve it. As the Vics get their two members of their top line out on the forward group of this power play one, Neshwaduk playing the point. One of the quarterbacks on this power play. I'd say the quarterback on PP1. To Goretzky. He fakes, passes to Rubini, but out of his reach. As the Raiders, Krekowitz makes a move to protect the puck. Plays a pass out to Senchuk. Will be rubbed out along the boards by Rubini and into the Vic's possession again. Aiden Anderson making his way up the right side. Stops down low, delays. Circles it back to Goretzky. Goretzky across to Netraduk. Back up top to Anderson. Puts a move on Henry. Backdoor pass, scores! Rubini with his second of the game. Finds a loose puck up in the high slot and puts it past Panera. The Victorias. That power play 25% coming into tonight. It strikes pretty quickly here. Good movement from high up in the zone. Got cleared out one time during that power play, but the Victoria is able to come right back in again. To the zone, establish, and find that loose puck and creating some good puck luck for themselves now as this game goes along. Pass to Jared, plays it up to Larenko. Larenko sends it in on Ethan Penner, who can't cover it up cleanly. Played out front again. That'll be stopped up by the stick of number 4 in Braden Smith. To the slot, that shot turned aside. Up to the point again from Whiteside, turned aside by the pad of Penner. Whiteside looking for his second of the game. As looking to go for a skate with it now is Smith, who ends up turning it over onto Yurchenko, who plays this into the Vic zone again. Kiesman, first one on it, beating the forechecker there in Feschuk. As the Raiders play it to the net, loose puck there. Feschuk could not get a handle on it. Played into the roofing again at the Centennial. 14:55 remaining in the second. So we got a 1-goal game here. Could we be seeing a shootout here tonight on the scoreboard in St. Vital? Well, we'll have to wait and see. Still halfway remaining, over halfway remaining in this game, as that passed across, but turned over. The Victorias looking to break up the other way. Kiesman tried touching that pass with one hand, but could not. Onto the stick of Smith, who battles, almost has that stripped away by number 24 and Tyler No. As the Victorias break in the other way, Mitchell, his shot just wide of the net. As he lays a hit afterwards in the corner. A clean one this time from the Vics. As into the neutral zone, sent in deep by the Raiders again. This puck rims all the way out, and giving chase on it, number 12 in Luke Elliott wins the puck race. There it ends up on to the crease of Evan Bonera. And with that, we'll get another stop in play. Good speed from both of these sides here tonight. Getting to loose pucks in the corners and down below the goal line. It'll be this Mitchell line still out for the Vics. And this time we'll see Luke Elliott on it. Draw will be won by the Raiders. They maneuver down low in their own end. Goodbranson tries chipping this one out, but can't. Shot from the point turned aside by Bonera from the Vics. Turquette with another low shot, but sticked into the corner. And this time turned over. Goodbranson slows down a bit, has a man heading to the net, tricks the corner, scores! Oh, what a snipe from number 18. The Raiders superstar ties it up at 3 apiece with 13:30 remaining. Had a man with him, but uses him as a decoy. Looks like he was debating, maybe I pass it through. Oh, pass ain't there. I'll just rip this high glove side past Ethan Penner, which he does with authority. Probably the cleanest snipe we've seen so far this season here in this early 2024-2025 MMJHL regular season. Nate Goodbranson with one heck of a shot. evens this game at 3 apiece. Puck back in the Raiders zone. Netchwood trying to work this to the net, but Kent has it stripped away. Here's good Branson coming again. Stops up this time, drops back to Krekowitz. His shot drags, but deflected and out of play off of I believe a Victoria's stick. Good Branston, more often than not last season was around so much of the success that this Raiders Junior Hockey Club team had. He has to, of course, take a bigger role this year, maybe in his offensive production with Jack Oleksiak. No longer with the team, aging out. I mean, I wonder how Jack feels, though, watching from the bench. His former teammate doing a lot of the things that made him so successful last season too early on this year. As the Victoria is sending Rubini. He picks up this puck. Oh, he gets stoned by Bonera. Rubini was looking for his hat trick here, but could not bury past that left pad of Bonera. It's a bit of frustration from Rubini. Flexes the stick afterwards. That's been a few times now in this game where he broke through all of the Raiders' defense to get to a loose puck and win that puck race. So keep an eye out for that a few more times tonight from Rubini. He's got the wheels going. Anderson from the corner tries playing this up to Halati. Defended well there by D'Souza. No offside on the play. So the Vic's able to keep this puck in. This time an offside, though, is called. Face-off will be just outside of the Vic zone. Draw will be won by the Raiders. And Yurchenko chases it down. Will connect with Evan Philippe as the bodies bang along the boards. That puck almost taking a funny bounce out in front off of the backboards from the corner. As the Raiders clear this one all the way out. And into the Victoria's zone that went, now into the Raiders zone, as we just had someone walking past us, so that's why I'm a bit distracted. That shot low, turned aside from Whiteside by Penner. As the Victorias look to break out, now they do, onto the stick of Goretzky. Goretzky unloads, his shot will be blocked off of the leg of number 6 in Yurchenko. Trying to tip that to the net was Carter Lee, but could not make connection as he goes off the ice for a change. Off of the boards, this puck gets sent to Elliott, chips it in. And given chase number 7 for this Raiders Junior Hockey Club team. Plays a short pass over the stick of Elliott to Yurchenko, who his pass misses all his teammates in the neutral zone. Vicks to the middle, penalty coming up, it's drawn, back door, oh! Mitchell takes a heavy spill into the boards. He looks not the strongest getting up, shaking that one off into the boards. The Vicks cut into the middle with their speed, they're drawing a penalty. Got up a bit gingerly, Connor Mitchell did there. I believe the Vicks going to another power play. Last time out, scoring, having plenty of chances. Will be this top unit out again for the Victorias. Anderson wins it. Touched up to Netrudu. Played across to Goretzky. Back to Netrudu. He walks and backdoor into the low slot. Turned aside there by Bonera. Side of the net. That shot can't go for Carter Lee. The Vicks continue to expose that low slot in the middle of the ice of that Raiders end. As it will actually be a 4-minute penalty here for Yurchenko serving it. Might have been a knee-on-knee. But the Vicks, with all the time to set up on this power play right now, keeping it to the outside. Played across. Goretzky, his shot turned aside by the blocker of Banera. Down low. Goes across. And back up high to Anderson. Puts a fake on. Into the skates up high. That pass goes to Goretzky. Into the skates of Netradu. Tipped on net. Rubini, his shot. Scores a field goal as it goes out of play. Over top of the net. Number 9 continuing to get his chances in the low slot there as Unit 1 comes off here on this power play. Unit 2 makes their way on. It'll be Blakely, Luke Elliott, but Elliott comes in off of the face-off draw, gives some help to his teammates as the Vicks maneuver this puck to Jaquette, whose shot gets blocked away there by Banera. Vicks hold it in. Across to Jaquette again. Quick pass over to Kiesman. Back over to Jaquette. In his skates, though. Goes across, but that pass can't connect with Luke Elliott. Plays it down low. Into the opposite corner now. Corner closest to our broadcast angle. Victorias go to battle with the Raiders. Jared giving a hack or two to Elliott. Half wall. It's there to Jaquette. Backhands it to the net. Oh, if that connected, could have been danger for the Raiders. But it did not, as they send this all the way down low in this tie game still. 2:05 remaining on the Vicks power play. The Raiders now trying to set up, or get something set up in the Vicks zone, but they have it taken away. Up to Rubini with speed down that right side. Tries feeding to the middle to Netradu, but can't make it through a crowd of skates. So that gets sent all the way down low by Owen Larenko. So he goes off for a change. Raiders getting fresh penalty killers out there. The Vicks with their top unit out again. Banera looked like he was going to cover the puck at first, but decides not to. Sent all the way out into the Victoria zone again, where Penner will be there to leave that for a teammate. Goretzky, short little backhand pass to Anderson, makes headway through the Raider zone. Back to Rubini now, as Anderson gets it back to Goretzky. Goretzky gets it back from Netradu. Backhand pass kicks it out to Anderson. Back up top to Netradu. His shot, oh, getting a piece of that just was Banera. A minute 02 remaining on the Vicks power play now. Just holding the line, a bit questionable on that pass. Goretzky gets it back. His shot through, low, turned aside and swallowed up by Banera with 7:49 remaining. 53 seconds of power play time left. This Vicks top unit will stay on. This draw will be won by the Victorias again. Short pass up to Goretzky. He gets it back from Netradu. Back to Rubini now. Goretzky initially got that pass from. Goretzky up top, looking to shoot, elects to pass. Kicks it to the right face-off circle to Anderson. Circles up top. Anderson down low. Backhand pass into the slot, but Rubini was disrupted there. Defended well by a Raider Junior Hockey Club player. They make more of an emphasis to take away the middle of the ice. Vicks hold it in again. Anderson down low. Tic-tac-toe. The Vicks try going, but they cannot. As the Raiders ready for it those last two times. Now Goretzky threads a pass. Long one to Rubini. His shot, oh, just high of the net. This goes out of play. And what awareness there from Goretzky. The 50-50 number comes in. 1378 is the number for the lucky 50-50 winner tonight. But yeah, Goretzky sees that he has a quick opportunity to make a long stretch pass again, crisply again to Rubini as he did. And Rubini able to have a chance created from that. But goes just wide of the net. Speaking of chances, that out in front. Raiders banging away at it, but it stays out somehow. Penner down on his butt. Sprawling out to try to keep that out. Somehow does. So with 6:44 remaining in this second period, we're going to get another face-off. This time in the Vic zone as they win it. Trying to chip this out high, but they cannot. Turned over again, though, and the Vics make headway the other way. Krakowicz shielding the puck well there. Played it up. It's on to Lucas DeSouza's stick now. Tried making a move past Halati, but could not. Number 5 giving him the business there as he was coming down on the rush. As the Vics flip this puck out into the neutral zone. Patterson could not cradle it cleanly. Sits down low again. Inside of the Victoria's end. As at the point, Krakowicz sends it down low. Brody Melstead will be in the area. Short pass out in front, had that taken away by the Vics. As they try working this puck up the other way. And for the third straight time in a row, the Vics cannot cleanly transition in with a good first 2 passes out of their own end. Not maintaining good control of the puck through the neutral zone to build that good transition. But they'll be a bit fortunate here as it was sent all the way down for an icing. They'll get a face-off draw inside of the Raiders zone with this top line coming back out. Draw won by the Raiders. Stepping up, Jorgen now. Short pass to the slot to Anderson, but he couldn't cradle it cleanly. Now tried playing it to the front of the net, but hits a skate. And turned over onto the stick of Brody Melstead, who down the right side decides to delay now. Maybe not the best idea as Rubini was right on him. Caught him pretty easily. So the Vics get it back down again. Trying to get in on the forecheck. Try to create some type of positive momentum with the puck right now. The last few minutes have been a lot of sloppy play from this Victoria's side. Skoretsky tried to send it in deeper, I think, but it gets stopped up by the stick of Melstead. And Melstead flips it in. Comes in to close off on Kiesman. He can't. That pass from Rubini flubs on it. Puck was rolling to begin with. Couldn't get it settled down. So now the Vics finally do complete a pass through transition. Rubini to the net, scores! Backdoor pass put away by the captain, number 9. What a night from this duo. Rubini's hat-trick performance. Only his 3rd game of the year. Netwaduke finding him again. Thinking these guys have played for a few years or so. Finding their connection all the way back to their Dakota collegiate days, where they terrorized the league at points with how dynamic that duo truly was, leading Dakota to excellence in that season. Big parts of why that team made it to the finals, and all these years later, about 4 years later, they're still making plays with each other. The chemistry is as strong as ever. They just know where each other are going to be at all times on the ice, or know where each other are looking to pass that pocket, and they find the right areas to go to. Just been such a treat to watch these two early on in the season, and both of them having big nights so far, in a close game where their team, of course, wouldn't mind seeing them step up as they have. Rubini with a hat trick. So we have 3:55 remaining in this period. Raiders down by 1 now. After tying this game earlier on in this frame, Banera stops things up here, gets a cover up. We'll get a face-off with the Raiders Junior Hockey Club change in their own end. And draw will be won by the Raiders Junior Hockey Club as they work it out now. Good Branson already with a goal in this one. Short pass through, but not finding no one on its way towards the net as this gets sent into the Raiders Junior Hockey Club again. Their zone. And they make their way out again. Henry, his pass to Good Branson, disrupted in the high slot, but Good Branson finds a way to get this down low. He'll pick up the puck now, protecting it and still working with it. Circles up to the middle, now opposite side. His shot scores! Well, speaking of putting on a show, number 18 now with his second of the night, does it all himself. Quite literally there. Picks up this puck down low, protects it. A little nice mohawk action to use to protect the puck along the boards. Thought he passed it off. Nope. Decides to carry it all the way around up top. Circles to the same side he started on, which was the right. And, you know, gotta be aware if you're the Victorias not to give him that much space to work with. Good Branson had it. And another clean snipe. Past Penner on a shot he really had no chance of saving, to be honest with you. A perfect shot laid on there. And here's a chance again. Backdoor! Oh, that turned aside by Penner this time. He was ready. In this game, that's turned into a track meet. The Vics send it down low again. The Raiders able to get it back into the neutral zone. Vics send it down low, going off for a change. This gets rimmed around, but not quite out for this Raiders Junior Hockey Club. Brody Melstead, short pass over to Krakowitz to an outlet man who chips it out. Kiesman recovers this puck in his own end, goes D-to-D with Goretzky. Goretzky uses the backboards to go back to Kiesman now. The Vics looking to go on their way. It's sent to Rubini. Rubini unloads his shot, turned aside this time by Bonera to Netraduke. Oh, beautiful move by him in front. Vic still scrambling with it, but can't quite find it in the net. Or put it away into the net, that is. As Bonera covered up that post closest to us where that shot attempt came from. Trying to tuck it in on the side was Braden Smith, but once again, this dynamic duo putting on a show. Rubini recovers the puck off of his own rebound. Finds Netraduke in the slot, and Netraduke doesn't have a clean shot immediately, so pulls it through his legs to be able to further his chances, probabilities of getting a shot on net. Which almost does, and the Vics almost strike here late to get back into the lead in the period. Whiteside can't cradle that puck on his way through the neutral zone. Goretzky from the right side coming down there, has that turned aside by Bonera. Netraduke from the corner now tries finding Goretzky in the slot, but covered up too well there. Good attention to detail from the Raiders as Cromie could not play that past Rubini. Kiesman with it, looks to wheel now. Skating into the zone, protects, tries cutting to the middle, but can't get past the stick of Yurchenko. Yurchenko maybe had thoughts of retaliating there as well after Kiesman bumped into him. But we're into the final minute of this second frame. So it's sent down low by Whiteside. Circles back towards the boards. Whiteside protecting down low to Lurenko, but Lurenko unable to get a hold of that pass. Played into the neutral zone now, into the feet of Wilson, picked up by Aiden Anderson, who makes his way to the zone. Pressured by Wilson, though, he takes it away with his stick. As we're 20 minutes remaining in this period, Wilson in the corner plays it D-to-D to number 7. Stretch pass up to Goodbranson, plays it across. That one can't find any of his teammates, though. Wilson being pressured by Netraduke. Last-ditch effort for the Vics in this period. Not quite. As the whistle sounds, the horn sounds marking the end of what was a very exciting second period of action, which saw a bunch of chances from both sides, both top-end players from these teams. When we're talking about the Rubenese, the Netchwadukes for the Vics, and a guy like Nate Goodbranson for the Raiders. Well, they're really showing out. Beautiful passing plays, clean, crisp shots that'll beat these goaltenders. As for the Victorias, I mean, they got that power play going in this second period of action. Really having their way with the Raiders at times on this power play. And also, didn't see that as much in the first period, but breaking through and getting sticks on pucks that are in the high danger areas like the house or the slot area, the low slot area and tight. The Vics are getting to those areas and making this Raiders Junior Hockey Club team pay. We're seeing the speed, too, from the Victorias. That has been a problem, especially from that top line going up against whoever they've been matched up with. But then we've seen, of course, this Raiders team be opportunistic, as they were for, most times last season. Good counterattack, and we've seen that. One little mistake from the Vics on their forecheck. Raiders able to get past their defenseman. And we've seen, what a guy like Nate Goodbranson has been able to do when he's had that space to maneuver and work with the puck and delay and be patient, which makes him such a great player. But we are going to send it to a quick break here. We're going to be back. We're going to have some highlights to show you from our action last week in the MMJHL, as well as some more analysis from that second period during the second intermission, as well as an update from what's going on around the league. You're watching MMJHL Game Day here on G-Show Productions, brought to you by McKenna Fasteners and Tools, Terracoke, and Central Sports Cards and Memorabilia, as well as goaltenders. Period 3. Highlights and more analysis coming up next. Welcome back into St. Vital Centennial Arena. The Zamboni making its way around the rink in its final laps here during this intermission in the game. 4-4 tied heading into the final 20 minutes of regulation. We mentioned that we're going to show highlights to you all from last week's games that we covered here on the network between the Vicks and the Twins on Thursday, and then on Friday we covered, of course, the Raiders Junior Hockey Club's home opener versus St. James. As for the Victorias, it started off with the top line making some magic happen as Netzer with a nice pass over to Aiden Anderson, who would end up putting them to open up the Vicks scoring at the time for this 2024-2025 season. But later on in the frame, the Twins would answer back. It would be Sloan putting home the goal for the Twins to put this game at even. But later on in the second period, the Vicks, this power play that you've seen has been dangerous tonight, went to work. Working it around, back up top, Kiesman to the right to Anderson, back to Kiesman, to Netzer, finds the stick of Rubini as he tips it home, and the Vicks would move on to win that game by a score of 5-1. As for the Stonewall Jets, seeing the last goal there, as that's all we can play as we're just about set to get ready to drop the puck for the second period, but yeah, what a battle, a shootout from last week between these two teams. Not a shootout, as I should say, but a close game. 4-2 the final for Stonewall, as they're currently in action right now. As we take a look at the updated Manitoba Major Junior Hockey League game board here, as it's the St. Boniface Riels up 2-1 in the battle of the early season undefeateds, both teams 2-0. 2-1 the score in favor of the Riels. Woodowich and Crossland have scored the goals. Chipman scored for Stonewall, defenseman for them on the power play, even the game up at 1 at the time. 11-8 the shots in favor of the Riels as the second period is just getting underway. In this game, Goodbranson with 2 goals for the Raiders Junior Hockey Club so far. Ashton Henry along with Devin Whiteside, and Tyler Rubini with a hat trick, and Brogno opened up the scoring for this Victorias squad as well. But yeah, in that period, the Victorias would end up leading in shots 17-8, really dictating play most times in that period. But as mentioned so many times, this Raiders Junior Hockey Club, they get opportunistic, they're good on the counterattack, and we've seen that happen tonight, them stepping up on that counterattack on their chances, and most notably Nate Goodbranson taking things into his own hands here as this game progresses, or has progressed, for both the Raiders and the Victorias. But yeah, as for this upcoming period, it's 4-4. We're about to start soon. We're going to see if we can fix this camera again. We thought we fixed it with the angle last period, but that's not the case. Both teams will be making their way out onto the ice soon. Enjoy this third period of action coming up, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back to announce it in just a moment. those of you that are just tuning in again, joining us again, or maybe just tuning in for the first time tonight, we've had a heck of a hockey game here so far through 40 minutes from the St. Vital Centennial Arena here on this Thursday night. This home matchup in this game brought to you by Can Central Sports Cards and Memorabilia, Mid-Canada Fasteners and Tools, Terrico, and goaltenders Tyler Rubini with a hat trick in this game so far tonight. Rylan Netchwaduke with loads of helpers. Naked Branson with 2 goals on the Raiders Junior Hockey Club side of things. 27-19 the shots in favor of the Vics through 2 periods. 17-8 they outshot the Raiders last period. We saw the power play go into good use for the Vics. We've seen this Raiders Junior Hockey Club power play score points tonight as well, scoring their first 2 goals of the game on the power play. And will this one reach even more goals here coming up? Well, stay tuned for these 20 minutes to find out as the puck is dropped and into the Vic zone to start things off. As Kiesman plays this to Luke Elliott, who can't get it out. Senchuk into his skates. Sent down low. Vicks turn it over from down low. Krakowitz sends a puck towards the net. Loose puck there. Raiders get it. That shot just over the blocker hand side of Ethan Penner. Good Branson at the half wall. Plays it. Tries to go backdoor, but no one was there anyways. Covered up by the Victoria as well, as Carter Lee sends this down low. Luke Elliott tried sending a pass right back to him. Blast from the point. That one can't get through from Brady Jaquette. Stripped out the line. Blake Lee tries dangling pass but can't. The Raiders go the other side to the middle. And taken down for a penalty will be Good Branson. And with that, we'll see the Raiders going back onto the power play. 2-minute penalty coming up here to the Vics. It'll be Devin Whiteside taking the draw against Netchwaduke. Whiteside wins it. Danoon plays it up to the point to Wilson, who sends that down low for Larenko, who his pass ends up onto the stick of Cromie. Down low to Whiteside, tries going to the slot to Larenko, but a Victoria got a stick in the way there. Almost something ugly happening outside of the Vic zone, but luckily those players okay from the collision, as the Raiders Junior Hockey Club retreat back into their own end and look to skate this puck up now as Krakowitz, or Wilson that is, drops one back to Danoon. Danoon building speed through the neutral zone. Leaves a drop pass that gets taken away. Netchwaduke along with Rubini. Rubini picks it up. Rubini tries going back door to Netchwaduke, but has that blocked by a Raider. Trying to make the pass through Cromie. Drop pass to Whiteside, who can't cradle what should have been a pass he took in. Cromie picks up that loose puck in the neutral zone, goes cross ice to Good Branson. Coming in with speed. Good Branson tries passing across but can't connect with the teammate. Now out onto the stick of Ashton Henry. Plays a pass to Melstead, to the middle to Good Branson. Tries kicking that to the left side to D'Souza, but puck played out of the St. Vital zone again. As long saucer pass across, can't connect with anyone. Goretzky is pass all the way down. And into the crease of Bonera, who leaves it for Melstead. Melstead makes a move, cuts in the middle before kicking this out to the left side to Henry, but Henry, he'll have himself a battle there as the Vicks go the other way. Oh, that shot turned aside by Banera as the Vicks this time trying to pounce on their counterattack. The Raiders come back down the other side, establish the Vic zone. Download this puck, rims around onto the stick of Melstead. Tic-tac-toe, just wide. Receiving that pass from good Branson. Just below the Vic's goal line. Great start to the period here for the Raiders, and smart move from Penner. Knowing that his team running around a bit, decides to get a bit of a breather for now. We'll have a face-off inside of the Vic zone. It's been all Raiders to start off this period. 16:27 remaining in the action, as draw will be won by the Raiders. Tyler No has that stripped away from him along the far half boards. Skating with it, trying to build speed now. Luke Elliott sends a pass across into the opposite corner to the Raiders' end. Puck ends up to the point. That shot turned aside or just wide of the net. From Nell. The Vic's trying to work it. Goes back to Nell. Now at the point, his shot through. Ends up deflecting wide of it. Tyler No breaking in with speed now. Tries to protect this puck. Still does. Drops it to the point. That long shot. Rebound there. Turned aside by Penner. The Raiders trying to get possession of it again, but can't. Taken up this time by Jaquette from the Vic zone now. Leaves a drop. That shot turned aside. Jaquette scores! Oh, baby, Brady follows up on his rebound. Or on the rebound, as I should say, that was created. And for the assistant captain, the returning defenseman, wearing an A again this season. Looked at as such a leader on this team, leading by example with this play there. Jumping up, transition from defense to offense. And showing how dangerous he can be in tight. Putting one past Banera. 5-4 the Vic's lead. 15:23 remaining. Face-off will be just outside of the Raiders' zone, closest to their bench. Draw will be won by the Vic's and played back to Halati. Halati made a move by the penalty box, turned the puck over, and it got sent out of play by the Raiders. So I believe we may be seeing the face-off in the same place. Draw will be won by the Victorias again. Halati. It goes across to Hillis, or to Willis, that is. Number 15. Spinera out to play the puck. Plays it to an outlet man. So the Raiders look to get going, but they can't. Disrupted coming out of their own end as the Victorias now coming in to Rubini. That shot, or that pass can't get to him. As Anderson tried setting him up. This puck goes out of play. Ryan Nechwaduk with yet another assist on the night, as it was just announced. Could very well be our player of the game, which that is coming up for both the winners and losers side at the end of tonight's game. Player of the game for each team. Brought to you by our sponsors, Mid-Canton Fasteners and Tools, Can Central Sports Cards and Memorabilia, Terrico and Goaltenders. By the way, thank you to everyone who is tuning in to tonight's broadcast. We are your home for Manitoba Major Junior Hockey League hockey again this season. And we'll be live here every Thursday night to broadcast these home games between the Vicks and whoever comes into town or comes into their house to play them. That shot deflected into the corner. Carter Lee gives a bump to a Raiders defenseman, who I believe was number 3 in Jared. Back in the Vic zone, Kiesman tried playing this pass up to Philippe, but that misses. Philippe, who usually plays defense, but playing forward. in the absence of Alessandro Imbrogno, who of course was kicked out of this game in the first period. As the Raiders stretch pass up at the line to Senchuk. Short pass behind Henry. That one couldn't go from Senchuk. Goodbranson now picks it up, driving towards the net. Oh, just gets a stick on it. There was a Victoria. A loose puck in the slot. The Vicks able to survive and break out the other way. Carter Lee just past the point. Sends this in deep. Banera comes out of this crease to leave it for a teammate behind his net. Pass played up into the skates of D'Souza near the Vicks blue line, who rims this in deep. Melstead out with D'Souza, plays this to him, to Goodbranson, Danoon in the slot, but that pass taken away. Working the other way is Smith, trying to break through but can't. For the good defense there from Yurchenko. No call from behind the net there as a Victoria took a spell. That was Luke Elliott. Melstead now, a bit too far ahead was D'Souza on the way through, or maybe Melstead not fast enough trying to gain the zone. Regardless, a late offside that came to fruition, meaning we get a face-off just outside of the Victoria zone, right near their bench. As the draw is won, played back to the defense. So they go D-to-D. It's played across now to Anderson, but pass went up over his stick, so he couldn't cradle it through. Chipping it pass was Whiteside, avoided what could have been a bad knee-on-knee. Two players colliding again in front of the net. Loose puck there, rebound. Oh, somehow Penner stands his ground on his knees to make the save. Didn't even look like he saw that, just kind of hoped that it would hit his body, and it did. As both teams haven't been the cleanest in front of their own net throughout this game, to be honest with you. More so in tight, where this puck has just been rattling around, balling around, whatever word you may want to use all night. Oh, that stretch pass from Goretzky. He's had two beauties tonight, almost another one there to Netraduk, but it hit his skates. Delayed offside on the play. The Vicks have to exit out to re-enter again. Allows for the Raiders to break up. And Cromie could not get past a good defensive play on that rush. Chance potentially against there by Kiesman. Kiesman plays a pass up to Netraduk in the neutral zone, who can't cradle it cleanly. As that pass off of the stick of Larenko couldn't get past a Victoria's player's skate. Played to the middle now. Kiesman carrying the puck to the right side. He delays before passing that puck out to Rubini, but that misfires. As now here comes Ashton Henry trying to dangle through Kiesman, but once again, good stick from number 7 to take it away. Loose puck pick up now by Senchuk. Tries dangling through Kiesman, but can't. Kiesman recovers the puck again with some patience. Circling around in his own end. Protects around the net now and builds his speed. Kiesman one-hands this up to Rubini, who Rubini drags through. It deflects off of a man passed. And down low in the Raiders' end, Wilson skating with it. Opposite side, short pass up. Played into the Victoria zone now. D-to-D they go. Jaquette, most recent goal scorer in this game, giving his team the lead minutes ago. Sent the puck in deep. Blake Lee tried sending that down low. This time Carter Lee does in the far corner. Lee trying to muscle his way through the check-in, and he does. It's onto the stick of Philippe, who controls up to the point to Jaquette. His low shot way wider than that. Maybe looking for a tip at the side. Didn't find it. Goodbranson plays it to the middle. To Senchuk now. Oh, what a dangle. Gets blown up. That time, Senchuk. Been quite a target tonight for this Victoria side. Of course, was on the receiving end of that brutal hit in the first period. This time around, made that first move through. Got to be aware, though, of the risk when getting fancy. Did not see that Victoria bulldozing down on him. As Krakowitz tries chipping it past, he does. Goodbranson sticking away at a Victoria in the neutral zone there before the puck got sent in to the Vic zone again. Played up to Feschuk this time. Feschuk, his shot deflects off of his stick and out of play. We'll get a face-off coming up. To the side it went out, the closest side to us. It's Feschuk out there along with number 19 and number 24 and Tyler No. As Feschuk, first one on it, chips this softly to No. Feschuk will get possession of it again, held in at the line, bobbling puck by Yurchenko. Over to No. Cross ice pass, Senchuk, oh, beautiful save there by Penner. Locked in on number 14. So we talked about it in the podcast. This Victoria's team continuing to look for big saves from number 29 tonight to have a good chance to win this one. And he's been coming up huge in this period. 2 big saves now from the point. That shot hitting the stick of Devin Whiteside. Couldn't get to its destination. Played off the boards closest to us. Yurchenko couldn't reach that puck. That pass. Kiesman now. Beautiful, crisp cross-ice pass up into the neutral zone. Gretzky, that is, playing up into the play. Couldn't break through. Recovered off of his skates onto his stick. Now that pass to Aiden Anderson. Anderson working down low, taking some physicality too. Able to survive with it though. It's played up to Rubini. Circles up high. Already has a hat trick. Plays it to the net and covered up by Banera. 8:33 remaining. This face-off will be to the glove hand side of Banera. All these phones with black cases. I actually just picked up someone's phone by accident that looked like mine. Found my phone, which is good, but yeah, those black cases make it confusing sometimes. And don't be confused about this score right here. It's a 5-4 game. As the St. Vital Junior Victorias look to close things out here in the last half to hold on. Get their first of the season against the Raiders. That shot from the side turned away by the right arm of Banera. This puck gets played down low. The Vics working away at it. Played up to the point. Kiesman, his shot. Oh, a bit of trouble there on the shot for Banera. But able to keep it out. As this puck gets to the half wall in the Vic zone, or in the Raiders zone, that is. Raiders finally get it out. Melstead plays it to the middle. Can't get past the stick of Gretzky, though. Strong on it. Looking to wheel Gretzky. A little bit of acrobatics as he dodges. Lays a bit of a hit, too, inside of the line. So he's got these kids beside me going crazy. It's great to see the youth out here watching this MMJHL Thursday night game from the high slot. That blocked by Jorgen now. Tries getting the pass over to Rubini. It connects. Rubini threads that needle to Jaquette, but just knocked off the puck there. So he was making his move towards the middle to get a chance on net. Puck sent all the way down to the Vic zone again. Jorgen now surveying up ice. Decides to go across to Netchwaduke off of his stick to Rubini. And Rubini sends this down low. Banera out to play it. Backhands this over the stick of Netchwaduke. Onto teammate's stick, and the Raiders transition out. Ashton Henry has options. Play to the middle. That shot, Yurchenko turned aside by Penner. Number 6, Yurchenko getting more and more chances in this game as he activates into the zone. Played down low, Senchuk. Behind the back pass. Can't make it past the skates of Hillis. Halati tries saucing this over Henry's gloves, but can Henry tried playing a pass to the slot but couldn't connect with Senchuk. As this puck held along the Vicks penalty box. Number 3 in Ethan Jared. Ethan Jared getting a bit chippy there too with Netraduk, as those two giving each other a few shots. That shot, Whiteside, deflected wide of the net. Off of the stick of a Vic that disrupted it to go that way. Short pass, can't find the reach of Braden Smith, wearing number 4 for the Victorias, just before the blue line. Shot sent on by Yorchenko, who goes off for a change. It might have been Goodbranson, who also goes off for a change. That pass played up onto the stick of Larenko, down the left side. His shot, glove down by Penner. 5:15 remaining in our MMJHL game day broadcast, number 4 of the season. Second one here from St. Vital Centennial Arena. Brought to you by Make-Canton Fasteners and Tools, Terrico Goaltenders, Can Central Sports Cards, and Memorabilia. It'll be Braden Smith who wins the draw for the Victorias now. Played up to Elliott. Short pass to Braden Smith. Smith, backhand, driving it to the net. Shot on, but turned aside by Bonera. And now Larenko takes a spill. Luke Elliott able to recover this puck near the closest half wall to our broadcast angle now. It's to the point. Kiesman steps up, activates, and that blast gets tipped and out of play. And assistant coach for this Victoria's team, and Mark Taraschuk, had a chance to ask him about the opening weekend for the team and said, going up against River East on that Sunday night, a game that happened with them finishing dead last in the league last year, he said they came out hard, and it seems like River East always does no matter what, coming out hard from what I've seen, at least from the games I've watched. And Mark felt it maybe caught the Vicks off guard a bit. Got outworked. And that's something that Tyler Rubini mentioned to us on episode 3 of the MMJHL podcast, that no matter what talent you have in this league on paper, the teams who can outwork the other will have a lot of success. And for the River East Royal Knights, by the way, will be broadcasting their away game tomorrow as they put their 2-0 record on the line against another 2-0 team in the Charleswood Hawks at Eric Coy. But first things first, we got to call the end of this one, as it's flipped out by the Victorias into the neutral zone, into the direction of Philippe, who's there challenging number 2 in Tegan Huchert. Onto the stick of Krekowitz now, who's shot just high of the net on Penner, as the Vicks able to clear it out of the zone. Playing with the puck mid-air a bit there was Carter Lee, showcasing the hand-eye. Play to Kiesman, how's that stripped away by Melstead? Plays that down low to D'Souza. D'Souza gets knocked down, but gets back up again. How's this puck stripped away, and it's Blake Lee who makes a strong move to the middle, finds open ice. Skates in, Lee delays before sending this down low. Rimming around opposite side to Evan Philippe. Vicks, the 1-goal lead, approaching 3 minutes left in this game. Going off for a change as well, getting that top line back out there. Go time for the Raiders Junior Hockey Club. Most notably Ashton Henry. Puck on his stick. Sends this behind his back down low to Senchuk. Those hits have not kept him out of this game. From the point, Yurchenko gets that shot swallowed up by Penner. No rebound there for Goodbranson, of course, looking for a hat trick. And what a hat trick goal that would be at this point, would tie this thing up. It'll be Henry to take it against number 13 in Anderson. Anderson won the draw. And Rubini plays this cross ice. No one there for the time being, though, as Yurchenko steps up. But puck gets all the way past, and Rubini Racing to the puck, has Anderson with them, played to the net. Oh, that shot might have been turned aside by Bonera. Could not quite catch it from this vantage point. And once again, that speed from this top line for the Victoria is proven to be a problem for this Raiders Junior Hockey Club squad. Definitely something they may look back at and watch in this one. They look at the tape. Oh, Kiesman stands up his man, and Wilson, as number 23, gets a taste of the physicality that's been on display tonight from this Vic squad. Played to the middle of the ice, back down low in the Vic zone. Wilson plays this across. The number 7 who shot, sent out a play, deflected off of a Vic stick. Timeout coming, I believe, to this Victoria squad with a minute 48 remaining. Sure, it's Jack Alexia drawing something up for the Raiders over there on the bench. And yeah, for this Victoria squad, you know, for the most part in this period, like, they've had good zone time. They've hemmed this Raiders Junior Hockey Club team in, but we've seen the chances coming from anywhere and often here tonight for the Raiders. And when they get on their counterattack and execute it, take the puck away, it spelled trouble for this Victoria's team tonight. Can they find a way to win possession of this puck, work it back to the point, and get some time set up in the offensive zone with their goalie pulled? Brody Melstead to take the draw against Blakely. The Victoria's been so successful on the draw all night long. They are again. Elliott just gets it out past Wilson, who he's out there with Krekowitz, and not what you want to see from the Raiders right now as they essentially start the sequence in their own end, but with room to work potentially. Played up to Senchuk, trying to break past with speed, leaves a short pass for Melstead, who drops a pass back to Henry. Henry leaves a short pass to Goodbranson. He connects with Krekowitz. Him and Goodbranson swing up top and switch. Goodbranson left side, his shot turned aside, rebound, swallowed up by Penner. And some punches in front of the net as well. Extracurriculars after the whistle. With a minute 10 left. 5-4, the home side holds on right now for the time being, that is. Melstead to take the draw against Aiden Anderson this time. This time, the Raiders win it. Back to the point, D-to-D it goes. Krekowitz into the skates of Goodbranson. Tries playing it to the net, poked up there. Oh, back door. Raiders can't capitalize on what looked like to be a sure goal. Sent all the way down. This one will be for an icing. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen. That middle of the ice. This time, it breaks down for the Vics in their own end. For the Raiders, it's all about control, yes, but getting pucks to the net. Goodbranson does just that. They bang away at it in front, and almost a backdoor feed that connects beautifully, but not quite. As for the Vics, they evade a high sticking call. Rubini tries going to the net for his fourth. That shot from the corner, but it was stopped up, deflected by a Raiders Junior Hockey Club player. Under 30 seconds remaining in this one now. Raiders still looking for win one on the season. The Vics looking for win two. Turned over. Melstead with the chance. Oh, just high of the net. Couldn't pick the corner. This goes all the way down again. Rubini racing with Goodbranson. The captain for the Vics will be first one on it. Evades the checking of Goodbranson down low to Netroduke. High up, who just decides to eat it along the boards into his skates, and with that, the St. Vital Junior Victoria has improved to 2-1 in the early season. They remain perfect at home here early in the season, and as for the Raiders Junior Hockey Club, had their chances in this one. But as for them, they end up coming away with another one-goal loss, their second straight one-goal loss in as many games, of course, as we go into our post-game show now here. As the Raiders make their way off of the ice now, and we pull up the stats from this one. Another great battle, nonetheless, from these two teams, as the shots have not fully been updated yet, but we'll take you through the game winner. There was only one goal scored, and they gave it to Jorgen now, but I believe it was Brady Jaquette who got it. 4:47 into the period. It's assisted by Rylan Netchwaduk, who for himself had 4 assists on the night. He was big time, really showing out. As for, the penalties in this one, there was only one taken in the third period, they're saying here, so I don't believe this is fully updated yet. But as for the Victorias in this game, we saw them for the most part in that third period dictate play, dictate zone time. This game started off with equal chances from both sides, pretty much, as the Raiders led 11-10 in the shots. Heading into after that first period. Heading into the second, though, the Victorias turned things up afterwards, led 17-8 in shots, and really started to get their game going, got their special teams going as well, which came into this game 25% on the power play, 100% on the penalty kill. For the Raiders Junior Hockey Club, they end up getting their opportunities late in this game, as you saw, just couldn't quite put it away. Ethan Penner making big saves again, and we saw that counterattack was doing some good things from them pretty much. Any chance they were getting some good quality opportunities, it was based off of that counterattack that they deployed out there. But the Vics did a good job of stopping that speed through their blue line, their defense making a good stand all night long. Thought the Vics, for the most part, were pretty clean in their defensive zone. Some mishaps, but when there were, Ethan Penner would be up to the task. We're going to go into our players of the game now. Brought to you by McKenna Fasteners and Tools, Goaltenders, Canton Central Sports Cards and Memorabilia, as well as Terrico. As for the Raiders Junior Hockey Club, we're going to give it to Nate Goodbranson. I thought he looked amazing in this game, and he did it all himself at points. That shot was on display. He was creating a lot around the Victoria's net tonight. Almost created that potentially game-tying goal that the Raiders couldn't capitalize on near the end of things. So he's your player of the game for the Raiders Junior Hockey Club. For the Victorias, could give it to Tyler Rubini, but it goes to assistant captain number 11 and Rylan Netchwaduk. Was all around it tonight for the Victorias. Made some highlight reel passes, crisp passes at that, which basically just had his teammates having to tap in the puck. They were that good. His IQ, his vision on full display tonight, even creating some shots and chances on net in that way too. But Rylan Netchwaduk, congratulations to yourself and congratulations to Nate Goodbranson, both players of the game tonight for their respective sides. The Vics starting off this season, from what we've seen here, with a bit more consistency all around in their game compared to last year in their home games, but still a long season to go. They improved to 2-1. The Raiders Junior Hockey Club fall to 0-2-1. So close, but yet still winless through 3 games. These teams will be back in action this weekend. We'll be back in action tomorrow night for our Manitoba Major Junior Hockey League game day. Number 5 live from Iroquois Arena between two undefeated teams, the Charleswood Hawks and the River East Royal Knights, starting off their Week 2 action, both 2-0. Until then, folks, I've been your host and play-by-play commentator for tonight's action, Graham the G-Show Forsyth. Thank you for tuning in to another edition of MMJHL Game Day, brought to you by McCann Fasteners and Tools, Terrico, Can Central Sports Cards and Memorabilia, and goaltenders, the Vicks. Go home smiling tonight, 5-4 win over a team who's kind of had their number these past few seasons in the Raiders Junior Hockey Club. Game winner from Brady Jaquette. Vicks win at 5-4. Good night, everybody. Thanks for watching on gshow.ca.